Good morning, good morning. It's Freddie Vasquez. This is your Basement Politics. Wake up. Wake up. It's another beautiful day here in the city of Yonkers. Happy Hump Day, folks. Join me as I discuss the city council meeting yesterday and Senator Shelley Mayer, Assemblyman Nader Sage talk money. Let's discuss. Good morning, good morning. I am Freddie Vasquez. This is Basement Politics Unfiltered. This is your morning wake up. News, weather, and traffic updates. How you doing on this lovely morning? Happy Hump Day. I'm up. Good morning, good morning. Good morning. Current temperature is 44 degrees, a high of 56 today. I want to share my screen. See, I told you, I wasn't lying. Weather is brought to you by Yahoo. But this is really what I want to talk about. Good morning, good morning, good morning. I'm going to hang for a bit. Just let some more people come on. I gotta put my phone. So anyway, I attended the budget meeting yesterday. Nader Sage, Assemblyman, he's running for re-election. I've been speaking about him a lot lately. He's going to be challenged, or he's being challenged by current city council of the 5th District, Mike Breen. He was there. He noticed me. He's a little spooky, actually. I'm getting a little concerned. Like people are starting to look at me now. It's not necessarily a good thing. I caught the stares. I think one person out of the 10 people that were there actually gave me a smile, and it seemed like he recognized me, but in a good way. Like he liked Freddie Vasquez. But there were some others that recognized me, and they didn't like me. They didn't like me. One person just completely ignored me. I had to go to the bathroom really bad, really bad. And so at some point I got up and I went and asked a woman who was standing by the door, "Excuse me, ma'am. Excuse me, ma'am." I say, "Ma'am, ma'am." And she just kept walking away from me. Just walked away from me. Like she heard me. I mean, she saw me coming to ask her a question, and she turned and walked the other way. And I come to find out, because I did ask someone who was that individual. She is Nader Sage staffer. I understand maybe why. And so it was another gentleman. I've seen this gentleman before, young guy. I often see him at the different events for different elected officials and candidates, usually Democrats. He works, so he's part of the Democratic Party. I'm not sure. No, I do know your name. I'm sorry. Shit. I'm bad with names. I did say that to someone just yesterday. I'm very bad with names, but we have spoken before. We have texted before. He's brought me signs. I said hello to him. He quickly came up and helped me because he saw that I was following this woman. Hello. I know you're ignoring me. And later I come to find out she's Nader Sage's staff. That was rude, lady. What is your ethnicity or race, by the way? Because you look like you were a black woman. You really do that to me? I don't know. I just feel like black people shouldn't do that to me. Maybe that's just my naive way of thinking. She also went over to another woman and leaned in as I was sitting down. This is why I knew something was up with her. I knew something was up with her. But she leaned in, to a woman who was sitting there. And I immediately recognized this woman to be the wife of Zahi Jerris. Yes. How you doing, Mrs. Jerris? Nader Sage, for the most part, knew that I was there. I mean, he would look right at me. I'm not sure if Shelley Mayer was aware. I do, know Shelley Mayer, Senator Mayer. Very nice lady. Very nice. Very sweet. I hear a lot of good things about her. It's hard because just this morning, someone was saying, Freddie, Don't go after community leaders. You're going to fail, right? Because the notion of going after someone who is nice or doing a nice thing or does nice things or appears to be nice is like off limits, right? That's for the most part. People don't want to touch that because then they're like, oh, you're a bad person. But not me. Not me. I will touch on it. And I'll tell you why. Because are they really nice people? And I'm not speaking about Senator Shelley Mayers specifically. I'm talking in general. Are these individuals really nice people? You could be nice, you could be friendly, but if you're doing things at the end of the day that are impacting the community or not doing things that you're supposed to be doing to impact the community, then you're not. I mean, what kind of a person are you? You're not really doing your job. You don't care about the people, right? So are you nice? And for the community activists or community leaders, bottom line, if you steal from the community, if you take from the community, if you have a bad reputation, if you attack other members of the community for absolutely no reason, you are not a community leader. You are a thug. You are a thug and you belong wherever thugs belong. Okay? And you don't belong in politics. You don't belong here in the city of Yonkers in politics. Bottom line. And so the community leaders that I may have spoken about, there's a reason why I'm speaking about you because you're not good. You're not good for the community. And I have to be the one to say it. So if you have an issue with me mentioning certain individuals, then please say, Freddie, we like this person. But if they're stealing from the community, if they are taking, and are bad, basically a cancer on the community, then I want to surgically remove it. Yes. And that's what I intend to do. Community leader or elected official. It matters not. The damage is the same. I want to do a shout out to Lucy Casanova, Diana Sanchez. I have not met you two ladies personally, but I have heard a lot of good things about you. And I've heard that you guys truly want to make change in the Hispanic community. I'm sorry for some of the things that have happened to you ladies. You guys, and Lorraine, this is the issue I have. Lorraine, you want to talk about people attacking women. Why don't you go and defend those two women who have been attacked? Hmm? But you won't. They're Hispanic like you, but you won't because the people that have attacked them, that have threatened them, that have tried to blackmail them are your buddies. They're your buddies. So you see, Mr. You know who texted me this morning why I say what I say about those individuals is because of that reason. Time will tell and expose all. And I got time. I got time. So let's move on to the meeting. I wanted to show you a little bit about the video. I'm sorry, a little bit about the meeting through this video that I have here. Let's see. Hopefully I can. Yeah, I got it. All right. I just, it's very brief. I don't want to show the entire meeting, but I will discuss. Oh, that one. Sorry. I just want to make sure I got the audio there. That we're going through with the pandemic and the war in Europe. It was difficult. The war in Europe? And there was a tremendous amount of advocacy from groups and individuals throughout the state that reached out to us as legislators to really let us know how they feel about education, how they feel about healthcare, about small businesses that were suffering, about crime that was a major impact for us, including bail reform. Yeah, that was a bust. And we listen, we take advice, we give our opinions, and at the end of the day, we try to vote for the best possible budget that, in our opinion, and the opinion of the majority of state representatives, believes it's in the best interest of New Yorkers. Is everybody usually happy? No. I'm sorry, I was doing something. I apologize. And the senator will agree that $220 billion was a sizable amount. Wow. Major increases to healthcare, major increases to education. Here in Yonkers, some $31 billion increases in education that really go a long way to make sure that we have
adequate learning opportunities for our children, to make sure that needs in special education, needs for English language learners, needs for support services, so we can address the counseling that kids need, the sport, the music, the art. These are very important for us. And I wanted at this time, before we get into specifics and questions and answers, and really target and focus on different categories tonight, to introduce to you State Senator Shelley Mayer.
I'm going to take a pause for the calls right there. He said a whole lot and said a whole lot of nothing. Let me tell you this, folks, and I've been saying this before. I said this yesterday. Lip service, lip service, lip service is what many elected officials do best. They talk in circles. And if you haven't noticed this by now, you're just not paying attention. I mean, it's pretty obvious. They talk about the same exact things. It's almost like there's these key like talking points, right? That if we mention these talking points every time, we're going to get the people, right? It's like special education, education. We, bring money for the music program and the sports program and education and the seniors and the elderly and the less fortunate and the people we feel sorry for and wah, wah. But you do nothing. You do not. I mean, the schools are still struggling, but now they're building new schools. And I love it. I do. It's great. But I have to point out the fact that it's being built because they want new people in here. They want new people to Yonkers. They want a certain class of people that are going to expect a new school. Those Ricans that have been here all that whole time. Those Ricans came from that little island. We didn't give a fuck about them, nor the black people that came here. Right? They don't even vote. Do you know that's what they say about us, Hispanics? We don't vote. We don't matter because we don't vote. That offends me. That offends me when I'm in a group of people and they talk about Hispanics that way because for some reason I think they forget that I'm Hispanic sometimes. I think people do. They just must completely say, "Oh shit, Freddie's Hispanic." They don't think that. They say some things and I'm just like, and it's usually about black people, but I do correct them. I don't want you to think that I stand in a room and someone says something about a black person or anyone and I just don't say anything because I do. Even my clients. I've had clients say some derogatory things and I've corrected them. I think they forget that I'm Hispanic and they say these things. And one of the things is that Hispanics don't vote. In the city of Yonkers, we don't vote. We don't vote, so they don't care about us. That's messed up. So it's time to change that. That's why they don't put effort into our community. If we came out and voted, just half of the population of Hispanics here in the city of Yonkers, let's say 30,000. That's less than half. Do you understand what that would do? That's huge. That's huge. They start naming streets after famous Latinos. You have Mark Anthony Way, Roberto Clemente Drive. Shit, they'll even put Jennifer Lopez Place. Watch. This guy talks about these key points. They all talk about the key points, but the fact remains that we have crappy sports program, crappy music program. My son hates his music class. My son is very intelligent. He loves to learn. The kid is 6 years old and can spell better than most 10, 11-year-olds and read better. In fact, they've even taken him out of his kindergarten class so he can read to the pre-K kids while his class did a lesson that he was just too advanced. They want to skip him class. So our school system doesn't have the adequate resources to meet the needs of an individual like my son. He hates his music class. He hates Mondays, and I know this because of the music class. And I'm sorry that I'm saying this to the music teacher. Just don't take this personal and don't go after my son because I will go after you. And you don't want that. No. And it's because it's boring. It sucks. We need new I went to high school in Tulsa, Oklahoma, a public high school. Forget it. Phenomenal. Phenomenal. Even in Ellsford, I got a picture sent to me of the field there. I mean, what's going on, Yonkers? What's going on? The budget, it's in the billions. The state gives over $300 million for schools. On top of that, the city adds another three and some change. Almost $700 million. And we can't get some decent flute, saxophone. We can't get some sports teams with some nice uniforms in a field that says Gorton or Saunders or Lincoln. Maybe you'll do that now when we get a new class of people. And Nader, you're talking a lot of shit. He passes the mic off to Shelley Mayer. Very nice woman. I'm speaking with her. We're currently, my wife specifically is working with her to get a citizen review panel for CPS so we can watch them people. County Legislator Christopher Johnson gave me a call yesterday at the office, and we spoke about that. And so my wife is going to pick back up with Shelley Mayer. You want to do something? That's what you do. There's a huge problem with false CPS reporting. There's a huge problem in systemic issues within DSS, CPS, family court, and all those other systems down Warburton. And they need some kind of citizen review panel. Many people are complaining, yet nothing. What do? You guys talk in circles. School money for schools, the elderlies, the health care, and I want to make sure you have adequate health care and blah. Same shit. Same things over and over and over and over. You guys say the same thing every time. It's worse than a broken record. I want to play you Shelley Mayer. She comes on, she introduces herself as if we don't know you, Shelley. I know you gotta be, right? You can't expect us to all know you. You don't want to be arrogant and egotistical, right? But we know you. Notice the team.
As Assemblyman Sage said, he represents only Yonkers, which is a wonderful opportunity to be the most outspoken champion for this city in Albany.
Notice how she says Nader Sage only represents Yonkers, and then she goes and gives him a compliment for always speaking about Yonkers in Albany. Doesn't he only represent Yonkers? Would he speak about Battery Park, Manhattan? Huh? Like James Kavanaugh?
Nader is one of those people who I think has kept up the tradition of every time they open their mouth, they talk about Yonkers. And that needs to be done. And Nader has done a fantastic job of advocating for our city. I have the honor of representing a much bigger district, although I live in Yonkers and my loyalty is here. It goes from the Bronx border in Yonkers all the way up to Bedford and the border with Connecticut. But tonight we're going to focus on some of the budget successes for Yonkers and what they really need. I do want to say I really agree with Nader, and a few of our colleagues, I think.
Of course you guys do. You have to.
Know on various parts of the budget. And
I'm sorry, Shelley. It's the truth.
What they think represents their district. I think your job as a legislator is to fight your darndest for the things that are important to your district, and then to get the best you can to celebrate your victories and to go on and fight another day. This is an incremental.
Look at him looking at me. Look, he was looking at me. I looked at you back, Nader.
With Nader's help, with Senator Stuart Cousins, and was the majority leader and the Speaker of the Assembly, we were able to do something so extraordinary last year, which is to get, at that time, Governor Cuomo to agree to the full funding of foundation aid. Now, if you've been around Yonkers, you know this subject of foundation aid has been sort of a thorn in our side for a long, long time. The formula.
Look at him looking at me.
But the formula was not funded, and Yonkers was owed millions of dollars. And last year we got this historic commitment that over a 3-year period we're going to fully fund foundation aid. And it has meant something real in the Yonkers Public Schools, which is that we hired back the art and music teachers that were let go several years ago. We hired back the guy.
Yeah, I want to see that happen. And why haven't this already happened? Because they've already bonded money. They have money. There's money. It's mismanagement of money, bottom line. So one of the things that we must consider when we seek to elect a new mayor, and it's very important. This is so important, people, that they are going to be fiscally responsible. They're going to be financially responsible, manage money right. Okay? I've learned to manage your money right. I don't do fancy thing. Some people may say that, but I don't. I really don't. A lot of the stuff that I wear is probably like five. This jacket, Polo, right? It's Ralph Lauren, but it's like 6 years old. Okay. I probably wear sometimes, this is a secret, don't tell nobody, the same pants 2 times in a row, 3 times maybe. Who gives a F? I'm busy working, right? So I focus now. I've learned to manage my money, and invest that money and grow my money, right? And do it in a way where they can't track me. And if they're searching for me, no. But anyway, grow your money, right? And how do you make your money work in your best interest? Because you want money working for you, not you working for your money. That's what I learned a long time ago. I want to make money in my sleep, passive income, right? So anyway, that's a whole nother topic for another day. But we need someone that's going to be fiscally responsible, manage that money right. Go in there and see where that money was going. $700 million is a lot of money. That's a lot of money. And maybe there was a problem when the budgets were combined. Several years ago, the Yonkers public school budget and the city of Yonkers budget were combined. So, there's commingling of funds. And, in finance, they don't like to commingle funds, right? We always keep our clients' accounts, funds separate, a separate escrow, our funds, because as, brokers, we were also able to get into positions, when we heard about that's a whole other topic for another day. Anyway, so I don't trust the stock market. But anyway, yeah, so you don't commingle funds, and they recently, put together the Yonkers public schools and the city of Yonkers budget. Who's overseeing that? One of the things that they spoke about that's very important, I want to mention, is the casinos. They've been approved. They're going to go full gaming. They want to go full gaming. They want to bring 2 more casinos, 2 full gaming casinos. They have the one there at the Yonkers Raceway, and they're looking for another location to put another one somewhere downstate. Bring that shit upstate. We don't want vices. And this is so stupid. I'm sorry, folks. Maybe I'm just idiot. They're gonna bring a vice here to the city, right? Because gambling is a vice, right? It's like drugs. It's a vice. It's like prostitution. It's a vice, right? It's not healthy. It's not a healthy habit. It's not okay. I know so many people that gamble their money away and don't have anything to show for it. My grandfather, in fact, he could have bought the damn buildings on Buena Vista. All the money he would spend gambling on the illegal numbers. And I would take the money to the guy. I was very young, and like a stack of money here with a bunch of numbers that he picked. I don't know. That's what used to happen back in the day. And I think the statute of limitations passed, right? I was a child. Can't arrest me. Anyway, and he blow all this money rather than buying one of those buildings on Buena Vista that's worth so much money now. But we don't have that foresight. We don't have that knowledge many times. And I'm here to teach a lot of people that. But, they want to bring gambling here. They want to make full gambling, the tables, poker tables, all that. But why? Is that how we are choosing to raise money? And do you know what's so funny? Like, this is like, they say, and we're going to make sure we have enough money to also bring in, services for people who develop gambling addictions. What? So let's create a problem. But as long as we have the funding, we say now, as long as we say we have the funding now for the problem to try and fix the problem, let's go ahead and create it. Folks, gambling doesn't do anything for you. How many people have become any type of successful from gambling? All right, you can win 5,000. You could win 10,000. You could even win $100,000. You could even win millions of dollars, folks. There are shows on TV right now that talk about people who hit the lotto, who won millions of dollars and are broke today. They constantly do a show because that constantly happens. Why? Because people don't know how to manage their money to begin with. So you're going to go and gamble your money away. That's a sign that you don't manage your money right. Excuse me for saying it. Excuse me for saying it. But if you don't have a pot to piss in, and no disrespect to no one, but I've seen individuals with not a pot to piss in walk up into Empire Casino and blow away borrowed money. That's right. Borrowed money. I was the one that loaned the money. I got paid back on it though, but I would say I almost didn't even want to lend the person the money because I knew that they were going to go gamble it away. They would lie to me, but I still did it. I stopped. I cut it off. But that's right. They would borrow money, put yourself in debt to go gamble at a casino. And that's what our elected officials want to bring here in the city of Yonkers. Who are the ones that are going to get caught up in that trap? Who? Latinos, blacks, whites as well, but mostly blacks and Latinos because they are seeking some form of hope. Gambling is hope. And it's full of lies. And they're going to then tell you that they have the nerve to say, well, we're going to also have money to make sure that we can address gambling addiction problems that may begin to occur as a result. Let's bring in a bunch of crack and give it to the people. And if they develop crack habits, we're going to set up a rehab or two here. And, we should be fine. Let's set up prostitutes right there on Main Street and Buena Vista, right, by the AMS trolley barn building. Give them a free slice of pizza and a Yonkers IPA and let them sell themselves there. And then when married men develop sexual addictions, we're going to make sure we take care of them and put them for treatment. We're going to send them to a therapist. That's basically what's happening. And that's sad. That's sad. That's sad. That's sad. And let me tell you why it's stupid. It's a stupid idea because they're trying to sell it to us. And this is where I really get pissed off with the lies. They try to sell it to us like we're going to get money from it. For one, let me tell you, human beings, okay? I'm talking to all humans. As somebody who's had a lot of money pass through my hands, all money is not good money. There is times when you have to turn money down. It's not worth it. Okay? There's a reason why they call money the root of all evil, and you have the pentagram on it and everything. So they want to sell it to us on that it's going to bring us money. And who? To money where? Their favorite little point of discussion, talking point, schools. It's going to bring money for schools. Where have we heard that lie before? When they first brought the casino here to the city of Yonkers, we were supposed to get all this money. But the reality is, folks, what they don't tell you, and what I only found out because I asked the question, which, by the way, Senator Shelley Mayer said was a great question. The only one she said was a great question. Just kidding. She did say that, though. But I asked, how is that money actually going to be allocated, and where could we go and track that? Right? Because we want to see it actually going there. Let's see where it goes and let's see the results. They say this, well, all the money that's going to be generated by the casino goes into a general fund. And then from that general fund, it's determined how much is allocated to different. And it's not just Yonkers. It's not just Yonkers, although we will deal with the brunt of the problems that the casino will bring. Because it's not just gambling addiction. You're going to have fighting. You're going to have, people parking in your neighborhood over there, if they don't want to pay for parking. You're going to have people coming in from other areas, all out of, different places. They want to bring people from Jersey. I mean, they're saying, hey, New Yorkers are going to Jersey to go gamble. Well, why don't we keep the New Yorkers here? This is what they're saying. No, you want to go gamble? Take your ass across the bridge and go gamble. You want to bring money for the schools? First of all, the state gives us money, okay? Manage that right. We also have money that we get with the city budget. Manage that right. And then let's see how much we actually need. Because from what I see, none of the money the casino was making now that was supposed to go to the school ever went to the schools. Ever went to Yonkers public schools. Look at the schools. Has a dollar gone to those schools? Tell me, has a dollar gone to the Yonkers public schools? Has it? Our kids are still expected to pay for things, everything, no matter how poor they are. They get free lunch, you got to pay for a trip. It's ridiculous. And these people are lying to us. And if you're not, come on my show and stop hiding. And that's why I respect Christopher Johnson, because he called me and he came on my show. So I respect him for that. And I will acknowledge it. I will give you your props, brother. because that's who I am. I don't just criticize, but I will. And you know I have. And not just you, I'm talking about in general. So this is BS. And I'm tired of the BS. They can't even tell us exactly where that money is going to go. They can't tell us for sure it's going to go to Yonkers Public School and exactly for what. What if we make, what if they make $20 million, let's say, right? Put that in the general fund. $1 million goes to Yonkers Public School. Let's say. And most of that goes to salaries. Or who knows where. We don't see nothing. There's no result. And I don't understand how people continue to get fooled by the words, the lip service. Schools, elderly, healthcare. Elderly, schools, healthcare. Healthcare, elderly, schools. I mean, it's old already. It's old. It's old. Are we in a trance? Have you been like hypnotized to this? And schools, elderly, healthcare, vote for them. They said the magic 3 words. 3 magic words. Let's get some comments here. The money's not being directed to where it belongs. The Friends and Family Network is sucking Yonkers dry. We do not need all the administrators in YPS. We need programs. More money needs to get to the children. The special education department needs to be revamped. And you heard them speak about this they mentioned special education. Nader Sage, I've done this for the special education. I brought this as an educator. I was chasing ambulances when I was supposed to be educating. And then I caught me a good guy who broke his arm when he was walking in the front of this guy in the zoo, and I sued for millions of dollars. And that's how I bought my property that I want to now sell for $10 million, even though it's worth $1. Shut up. Get out of here. The special education department needs to be revamped. Too many children that are having their IEP violated. Yes. That's a whole nother issue. Once MGM has the permits, nothing will stop them. No. And this is what I'm trying to tell you folks about the marina. They just trying to push it through. Once they get it through, nothing's going to stop them, and you're not getting the marina back. You're going to get a stupid little rooftop thing. You can't barely get to the water. If that. Don't be dumb. Let's not be dumb. I'm sorry. If I offend you when I say that, I'm just so like frank. That's how I talk. It's just let's not be naive. That's a better word to use, right? I'm just frustrated with this. This is silly. These silly politicians will have their hands tied as MGM has more money than God. No, I don't think so. God doesn't operate with money. He doesn't need it. And will let their lawyers deal with them. God is going to get them in the end. God is going to strike them dead. Twice. When they die the first time, he's going to come back. Go to hell. Synagogue of Satan for you. Synagogue of Satan. Let's not talk about the horrible lunches because allegedly the food contract is part of the Friends Network. Oh, yeah, let's talk about the contracts because I spoke about Dr. Rabadi and his testing contracts, with the COVID testing. Yes, if you're in the inner circle, you get to get a contract. How can you help us? Oh, I got a contract for the lunches. Where do they come from? Where do they come from, Carolyn? Tell me. I'll out it out. Let's talk about it. Addiction. Why are they speaking about addiction? And he touched on mental health, Nader. I think it was Senator Shelley May also touched on mental health, but I think because that's something I talk about a lot. I got to get comfortable in this role where maybe I am influencing some things, and because I don't want to think that I'm like this. I just not me. I want it's everybody. But no, I do have some influence. I mean, hell, people are calling me after I do podcasts like they did yesterday. And so I'm going to be speaking with certain individuals today at 10 o'clock. Yeah, how you like that? All right. Hopefully I'll be getting certain individuals on my show. But, they talked about mental health, but they looked at me and, mental health and addiction, because I speak about that a lot on my podcast. And if County Legislator Christopher Johnson gave me a call in my office because of what I said on my podcast, then they're listening. So I have to, get comfortable with that because it kind of makes me like, nobody cares about Freddie, right? Nobody. But no, they are listening. And that's why they mentioned that. But don't just mention it because I mentioned it or other people are mentioning it. Mention it because you're going to do something about it. Mental health is a big problem here in the city of Yonkers. Huge. And that's the reason why that poor Asian woman got attacked in her vestibule of a building, her building. This wasn't because of a hate crime, okay? The guy, he don't even know what the hell a hate crime is, okay? He's not, his mind is not. As my dad used to say, The guy was a few sandwiches short of a picnic. Okay, that's probably not the nicest way to say it, but I just want to make my point clear. Okay, that's what my dad would say. Rest in peace, Dad. You're a funny guy. I love that guy. If it wasn't for him, I wouldn't know all this history. But yeah, so they talk all this crap. It's always the same talking points. Let's move on. I got one more thing to talk about before I get to my office. Who are these guys? Yeah, the addiction. That's right. They all look at these guys. Let's talk about them. Let's talk about them.
The Rules Committee meeting for the Yonkers City Council.
This is the Rules Committee, Yonkers City Council. The woman you are hearing speaking is Madam President Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, who I will be speaking with today. You know, I said some things on my podcast. She wanted to correct me. She says she doesn't live across the street from Trevor Park. Doesn't matter. That's what I was told. You know, but just like I was told that you were looking me up, and they even said something about me that obviously if you had to look me up to know. So I mean, it was just like it must be true, unless that person's looking me up. You looking me up? I don't really care, because what I have to show is what I want to show. Okay, so what I don't want to show, you're not going to find, because I've learned from the best. I've learned from some real sharp guys, man. Really legal, all legal stuff, just really sharp guys. You know, but I want to talk about the committee, the Yonkers City Council meeting yesterday and their appointment. Another appointment, friends, family, network. And here are the reasons why they decided to appoint this guy. I mean, I try not to be mean. They call me mean-spirited. You know why? Because I can be mean sometimes. I don't mean to be mean, but I mean, come on. You know who I'm mean to. I mean, but the things that they say, I can't. I mean, I can't. And maybe part of the reason why they're kind of concerned with Freddie Vasquez is because I have some intelligence. I have an IQ above 5. You know what I mean? Where are the programs to deal with the mental health fallout from the pandemic? Well, that was the reason why they got this money from the state. I believe Shelley Mayer was very instrumental, according to, actually several people took credit for it. First, it was Councilwoman Tasha Diaz, Majority Leader, took credit for it. But then I spoke with Shelley Mayer. She took credit for the money that came to the city of Yonkers, where they went and hired, more counselors and therapists, and so they brought more on to deal with the any trauma that students may be dealing with from the pandemic. So there was that. How effective is it? I'm not sure. My wife just very recently, I love my wife. I love my wife. I love that. Listen, I love that woman. I love that woman. I'm sorry. I love that. You have no idea. I was 16 years old. I love that woman. She is great. She is bringing programs to YMA over there for the students who are, considered, in the I don't know how to say it these days, and I don't want to say it wrong. The students who have IEPs, she's doing a lot of life skills with them. I mean, she got approval recently to just go to the store and go to the store with them, and help them engage in the community, because they're going to be in the community, right? And I was at a pizza shop, and an individual came in who, obviously, I don't know how to say it these days. And so I wanted to help her with the money because she just kind of gave all the money, but I realized I had to let her be independent, and she figured it out. She was pretty good. And I've helped kids. I've worked for many, many years. I'm talking about 10 years. I've worked with kids who have special needs, mental health issues, emotional disabilities, learning disabilities, right? And we would do things like going to a restaurant and encouraging them to order the meal on their own, right? That was a big thing, because they're going to go onto the world one day, and the world is not kind, right? People in the real world, they're not kind. The world's not kind. They don't care what you have going on. They're going to be mean to you a lot, so my wife is doing these excellent life skills and other programs. She also got approved to go on different trips and stuff with them, like things that they just needed that they haven't been, getting there in the school. Some of these, things. They're just resources and things that are beneficial, and they're all excited, and she's excited. Like, she talks to me all about it. I'm like, that's great, baby. That's what you do. You know, that's what you do. And she has always been great at bringing, building relationships with, various organizations and, agencies outside of the schools to come into the schools to provide services for free many times. I mean, everything from Planned Parenthood, because that was very important. Talking with the students, the teenagers, the girls in particular, and even the boys too. Obviously, we had to talk to both, and learning about, just condoms and, how to put a condom on, and, not to be embarrassed, because when I was younger, nobody taught us that. So we went to Planned Parenthood. We got a bunch of condoms, filled them up with water, and threw them off my cousin's terrace. That's what we were doing with condoms. Luckily, I didn't get nobody pregnant, all right, because I wasn't using the condom right. But yeah, so, a lot of these things that are very important, birth control and stuff, my wife is just great at doing that. Like, she just loves doing that. So she's working on that. There is, I don't want to say red tape. It seems like they're okay with a lot of the ideas that she has. So she's slowly working, because she's just like coming from New York City to Yonkers Public Schools, while the teachers and the administrator, like Carolyn mentioned, while the staff may get more money, they get paid better. People want to be teachers want to be in Westchester and Yonkers because of the pay, but the students want to be in the city because of the services that they receive there in the city. It's so much better, so much more organized. Believe it or not, it is. It's the system in place to address many of the students' needs are there. Unlike Yonkers, that lacks a lot. So it's great that my wife is there. She has that experience from the city schools and connecting agencies and services. So she'll be doing that. And they talk a lot about that, these guys, but they don't do it. They don't really do it. They talk a lot about that, but they don't really do it, right? And so that's my big issue. Now, I want to talk about this meeting really quick, and that's important. That's just important for special need students and stuff like that.
We have a full council here tonight. We also have present Corporation Council.
I want to show my comments.
And Dushan.
Check out my comments.
We also have council for the city council on, as well as council for the majority.
Really quick, because I got to get out of here. It's going to be 9 o'clock. This is this meeting. The primary point of this meeting was the appointment of this guy, Anthony Jalaj. What is it with these Balaj? Look at this young guy. Doesn't seem like he's still wet behind his ears, let's just say. It's what it looks like. He's being appointed to the zoning board. Why?
The clerk's office.
Adams from the administration.
6 months intern.
Look at this young kid. Why is he being appointed to the zoning board? You guys are sad. I'm going to call you out on it. Horrible move.
Mr. July, please give us a brief introduction of yourself.
Oh, apologies.
He can't even look at this.
Anthony July, born and raised in Yonkers for the last 24 years.
Hold on. Yo, I'm about to get hood too. This dude gives me a hood vibe. He gives me a white dude hood vibe. I'm just saying. I've met a lot of dudes, white dudes, that like that, have that hood thing. They want to be hood. They like rap music and stuff. Nothing wrong with that, right? I like to dress proper and live in the suburbs. But that dude gives me that type of vibe. Is this an old gangster dude, Because those good dudes that want to be thugs, right? But they're from the suburbs. I've seen a lot of them, funny, right? They usually go on to be okay in life because they have mommy and daddy still, right? It's just like a phase for them, a fad, right? Not for us. We live that life and it just destroys us. But that's what this guy. I'm sorry. I know that's totally left field. But that's just funny to me. I don't even want to tell you what we used to call him because that's not even appropriate.
In Yonkers, I work in Yonkers. Formerly worked for the mayor of Yonkers for 6 months. Interned in the city of Yonkers when I was about 16 years old in constituent services.
Wow, look at that. How many other Latinos, how many Hispanic 16-year-olds are interning for the mayor? This guy's connected. Who's his dad? Who's his mom and dad? Who's his gangster's mom and dad? Who? Look at who they're appointing to the zoning. Look at who you guys are horrible. I can't wait to vote you guys out. You're so freaking horrible. This is who you're making a mockery of this damn city.
Long
Eminem over here.
Yonkers, and look forward to serving the city.
Do
Yo.
any of the council members have any questions for Mr. Anthony Lewis July?
Anthony Lewis July. I'm going to look you up.
I don't have a question for him directly.
Of course you don't, Shanae.
For some reason, I don't have it on my agenda. I think I might have the old agenda, same as on my brain. What committee is he?
Yo, she doesn't even know what committee they're trying to appoint him on. Yo. Oh my goodness. Sorry. I'm hyped up this morning. Shanae, you don't even know what the hell is going on? Because you're so busy trying to get your law degree in Manhattan, real estate law. You're selling out Trevor Park and JFK Marina, and you don't even know what the hell is going on when you're in the meeting. She doesn't even know what the hell is going on in the meeting. You should be embarrassed, Yonkers. Yonkers, we should be embarrassed. We are embarrassed. You guys are embarrassing us. The Yonkers City Council is embarrassing the entire city of Yonkers. Bottom line. Don't even know what the hell's going on.
Pulled over from the last rules committee. Appointment was made and we asked him to come in for an interview to this.
Who is this young knucklehead?
I'm looking for a show of hands. Is there anyone that has any questions?
Lakeisha, really?
I have something to say, Council President.
Okay. Councilman Moran.
Listen to this
The floor is yours.
mobster.
All I can say is that anybody with the name of Anthony that lives in the 6th district has got to be perfect for the zoning board.
Oh, I bet he is.
And I think we know a few members of his family. It comes from a great.
You heard him? He said it. He said it. Anthony Moranti said it. I think we know a few members of his family, which is why we're putting him on the zoning. I'm going to go up there today. I can't deal with that. I can't deal with that. Everybody needs to put a phone call in today. And if you don't, you really don't care about this, what's going on here. This is crazy. Who is this guy? Because they know his family. This guy look like he's 12 years old. Sad. Why are they not in City Hall? Take their taxpayer cars and drive to City Hall. Exactly. If you're getting a car and you're not in City Hall for the meetings, then why do you need a car? Matter of fact, why don't we do that? Hey, Mayor, hey, Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, why don't we take away the city cars for you part-time employees? Because you guys are not going to City Hall anyway, and you don't need to. Don't go to City Hall. Don't worry about it. Stay home. Stay home. Just do the Zoom thing like you've been doing. Save the city money. That's it. We're taking away the city cars. Take away the 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 cars. We're taking away your cars. You guys don't need these cars. How much money can that save, Anthony? Aren't you on the budget or whatever committee, Mr. Accountant? How much money, since you don't drive a car, how much money will it save the city if the rest of the city council gave up their cars? They don't need to go to City Hall. Just do it Zoom. That's it. That's it. Right? Have this young guy run to City Hall.
Someone that cares about the city. Truly,
Yeah, let's get a petition going. We're going to get a petition going. Let's do it. What do I got to do?
Thank you, Councilman.
Just tell me.
A lot coming from you.
I'll get my office to start working on it.
Okay. I don't see.
Look,
any other hands.
look, no other hands. No other hands. These people are not even vetting these individuals. They got Eminem over here about to join the zoning board at age 12 because Anthony Moranti and them know his family. Y'all said it. Any which way, player. I said it, and I'm going to continue to say it. That's it. I'm a beast, and I'm going to be in your faces all the time. And I mean that with the most respect, utmost respect. Oh, I'm going to be on you guys, though. Like white on rice. Who is this young guy? Why are you guys allowing this guy to be appointed to the zoning board? Why? Lakeisha Collins Bellamy, City Council President. Why? Shanae Williams, City Council Member of District 1. Why? John Rubo, council member of the 4th District. Why? Anthony Moranti. I know why. Because he is an Anthony from the 6th District like you, and you know some of his friends and families. I got the answer from you. Majority Leader, are you there? Hello? Majority Leader, are you there? Calling Majority Leader. Maybe you should not take the medication that I hear you have been prescribed by Dr. Rabati in order to lose weight, because it's making you aloof. You know what that means? You know what that means? Go ask Webster. He lives on the 4th floor in your building. And by the way, are you even qualified still for that apartment? Oh, it's going down. You know what I would do? I was talking to my wife. I said, man, if they ever voted me like mayor or something in the city, I think the first thing I'd do is investigate everyone. I would investigate them all. Tasha Diaz, you're on the investigation. John Ruba, you're on the investigation. Anthony Moranti, you're on the investigation. I would investigate you all. Every single one of you. Let's look it up. Open up the book. What's been going on? That's what they should do. This is BS. This is nonsense. Let's get a petition going, Carolyn. Let's take away the cars. Tasha Diaz probably shouldn't be driving that car anyway. She's been medicated from what I hear. Dr. Rabati's got her on a weight loss program that includes medication that makes her drowsy. If you notice, she hasn't been aggressive. She hasn't been herself. Look at that face. Let me take myself out. Bloop. Look at this face. Look at this face. Look. Why do you think she doesn't have the blonde hair anymore? Why? She's the majority leader, for crying out loud. And she's sitting there looking like, I don't know what. I don't know what. And who's this dummy? Look at this. Look at this. Sitting there like, yep, I got me my job. I'm Gucci. I ain't got to do nothing and get me this money. Who's this guy? Why are you even there? Mike Breen? Why are you even there? Michael Sabatino? Why are you even there? Mr. Sabatino, another corrupt individual. Oh, I'm going to come for you too, Michael Sabatino. I got a lot of information on you. A lot of information on you and your boyfriend, husband or whatever, working for the city. Him and his husband work for the city. His husband does absolutely nothing and is making probably almost $200,000, maybe over $100,000. No, maybe like $100,000. He's making over $100,000, Michael Sabatino, almost $200,000 to just sit in meetings like this from his home. He does absolutely nothing. That is $200,000 that can truly go to the Yonkers public schools. And I'm going to talk about that. And who else? Who did I leave out? Lakeisha, Shanae, Corazon, John, Tasha, Anthony, Mike. What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? What are you guys doing? You're doing a horrible job. You're going to appoint this individual to the zoning board? You're going to be okay with that? You're going to take away John F. Kennedy Marina from the people and Trevor Park from the people? Oh, don't worry about it. You better pray. Pray. Pray that no investigations opened up on you. Now, a year from now, 2 years from now, because there might be. I'm Freddie Vasquez. This is my morning wake up. Folks, am I doing a good job showing you how horrible they are? They bad. They bad. You guys are bad. You guys are bad.
Let's get it poppin'.
I am Freddie Vasquez. That was your morning wake up. Wake up. You see what these individuals are doing? Look who they are appointing. Young Eminem over here, because they know his mommy and daddy. Look at this 12-year-old boy who they're appointing to the zoning board because they know mommy and daddy. Who's his family? Check it out. Last name. Who's his family? He's been interning with the city of Yonkers since the age of 16. How many black and Hispanics have been interning with the city since the age of 16? Friends and Family Network. Yo, I'm gonna have an issue with you guys appoint this guy. I'm gonna be having an issue. As a matter of fact, I'm going everywhere the meetings are now. I'm gonna show up. I'm gonna voice my opinion and stop getting the cops. They had the cops out there at the Will Library because of me. I came in, no cops. I came back. I left. They had the cops on the front looking at me. Zahi's wife was there at the Will Library. Nader staffer was very rude to me, by the way. Very rude. You are a rude woman, and you better hope and pray that you still have a job when Nader Sage lose. And why is Zahi Jerris's wife there? Is it a family affair to run these candidates? Husband, Zahi, son, Frankie, wife, Seda, I believe her name is. You guys do this as a family affair, precision strategies. Look at who they got. They got Judge Ada Medina. They got Judge Dan Romano. They got Judge Verishako. They got County Legislator. I'll get back to that. They got City Council woman Tasha Diaz, John Rubo, Shanae Williams, and my favorite, the City Council President. Yep. Assembly, he's got Nader Sage. They are building a freaking whole team of elected officials that will do what they want. Zahi Jerris runs Yonkers. Let's get these people up out of here, folks. Anthony Jalejagala, whatever your last name is, how much did your mommy and daddy pay Zahi for that appointment? How much did your mommy and daddy pay Zahi for that appointment? And because Zahi is behind Tasha, Lakeisha, John, Shanae, they're going to appoint this young Eminem. I'm out of here. Hispanics, we taking over. Look what they're doing in the city. They help out their friends. It's time we help out our family and friends, Latinos. Vamos a hacer esto. Vamos a coger esta ciudad para nosotros. Ya. Estoy cansado con la jodienda. Puñeta. We taking over. New Democrats. We're going to take this city back. Let's put the Democratic Party back in the hands of the people, out of the hands of Zahi Jerris and Tommy Meyer. You guys are done. Oíste, mi gente. Vamos a hacer esto juntos. Nosotros, juntos. No me importa si es puertorriqueño, dominicano, mexicano. Los vamos a hacer juntos porque nosotros tenemos una oportunidad para coger esta ciudad para nosotros. Y esto es una cosa que ellos no quieren. Y lo vamos a hacer. ¡Wepa! No! You guys are done. I'm sorry. I'm so passionate. I'm gonna quit all my other businesses. This is all I'm doing. Mi gente, para mi gente. I can't wait to the Puerto Rican Day Parade. And they got that Hispanic gala or whatever just 4 days before the Yonkers Puerto Rican Day Parade to try to take advantage of that. Yeah. We know what you guys are doing. Over for you. I don't care if you're a community leader. If you haven't done nothing for the city but taking and hurting, I'm going to speak about you. Have a blessed day. Happy Hump Day. No!